Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we're going back to the great state of North Carolina. We're going to interview Mr. Buddy Black. Buddy took a third place finish in 2021 at the BFL North Carolina Division Tournament on Kerr Lake. That same tournament's coming up this weekend. So we're going to talk to Buddy to see how he got his third place finish last year, what he predicts for this year, and then everything, little tidbits about Kerr Lake and some of his input. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are still taking entries into our $2,500 giveaway package for a lucky angler at the end of the year. That lucky angler will be chosen, and they will receive a great package that consists of Flambeau Outdoors, Revital Outdoors, Cigar Line, Costa Del Mar, Lose, Strike King, the Rod Glove, and Tackle Warehouse. This is a great package for any lucky angler out there. So make sure you enter. All you have to do is hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. It takes 3 seconds to get in. You're not going to want to miss this. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we are a premium CBD company. We offer premium CBD products to all the outdoor enthusiasts out there. Our products are available for sale on our website. They're THC-free and made right here in America, so go check them out. That being said, let's go ahead and bring Buddy right into the studio, again from the great state of North Carolina. Buddy, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So, well, man, let's just get right into it. Third place finish last year at Kerr Lake. I looked up your profile on Major League Fishing. You've amassed a lot of great finishes on Kerr Lake. So what's so special about it in the month of May, and what are you looking forward to this year? And, kind of maybe put it together how you put it together last year.
Yeah, I always look forward to Kerr. I haven't been up there too much in the past. I don't have a whole lot of experience other than just the BFLs mostly. Started fishing the BFLs back in 2013. So started going up there and learning a little bit about it, and it's just always clicked with me. The time of the year that we go up there usually is around that early May time frame. Around here in the Carolinas, we fish a lot of shad spawn stuff. So I really understand that shad spawn up there and also herring spawn. Fish some of the herring lakes around here, Lake Murray and Lake Hartwell and things like that. But yeah, it just that time of the year you can kind of pick your poison, kind of whatever you want to do. You can start out with a shad spawn. You can go in and catch some fry garters. You can catch some lake spawn. Go around and fish offshore. Kind of whatever your strength is that time of year, you can do it because there's fish all throughout the whole system and all different phases around that time.
Right. Okay. So that being said, are you more of a guy that likes to, focus on catching the 5 biggest fish you can, maybe up shallow chasing the spawn, or are you relating to that shad spawn and just trying to, run and gun and catch as many bites as you can?
I'm usually one that I like to get a limit in the boat first, and then I'll go out looking and try to find that better bite. And I don't mind grinding it out for the rest of the day to get 2 or 3 of those better bites to get that 4+ pounder in there to boost my bag. But last year I went into the year and I missed the very first tournament at Lake Norman for the North Carolina division. My work schedule didn't work out. I couldn't leave work and make that tournament. So I was starting at the bottom of the barrel at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. So going into the rest of the year, I had to basically go to win. I had to finish really good in every tournament to make that regional championship. And so I got 2 third-place finishes and another top 20 out of the 4 tournaments I fished last year. But I went into all of them basically looking for 5 bites. I didn't go out for numbers and coal up by ounces. I went out looking for 5 bites, and that really worked out at Kerr for me. I put a big bait in my hand and hit as many places as I could. And I was doing something a little bit different last year, and I'm not sure that it's going to work this year. I think a lot of the fish are really, really shallow still, just because everything's behind this year. But last year I was looking for a lot of isolated stuff, whether it be offshore brush piles, things like that in that mid-range depth. Throwing a big bait, just looking for big bites, and it worked out. I had several good bites that day. I didn't lose any fish. I ended up, I think I had 17 and some change, but I had a 2.5 in my bag that I couldn't get rid of. But I was just going for those big bites. You either get them or you don't. Just one more, and I could have pushed for a win on that one.
Okay. And are you predominantly catching largemouth, or are you catching spotted bass too?
Yeah, all largemouth.
All
That's
largemouth.
what I've been targeting there all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And are you relating to the clearer water, the dirty water this time of year? I mean, shad spawn can happen throughout the lake, but
Yeah.
what seems to be it doesn't make a difference. I mean, there's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, what I try to look for in practice, I usually get only 1 day of practice up there with my work schedule. Like I say, it's hard for me to travel a whole lot, so I don't get multiple days of practice unless it's for like a regional championship. So I try to find an area that most times is overlooked by other people. Of course, that Nutbush area gets hammered. I'd say 75% of the anglers fish in there. So I usually try to run and get away from that to start off with. And I'll work my way back in there later in the day and hit some of the stuff after it's rested and people have been through there. But I try to get away from them for the most part and have a little something to myself, kind of off the beaten path a little bit.
I got you. I got you. In terms of your tournament last year, how many keepers did you end up catching? And were you able to catch them all throughout the day, or was there a period like in the morning or the afternoon where it seemed to get those better bites? Or
Well, I thought I was going to catch them pretty early. With my practice, I shook off every single fish that bit in practice. So I didn't really know exactly what size I was going to catch. I could tell some of the bites were a little bit better bites, and I seen a couple flash on the bait. So I knew that there was some potential there, but I didn't know exactly what was going to happen to come tournament day. And it took about, I'd say, 2.5 hours into my morning before I got my first bite, but it was a 5-pounder. So um, after that, even though I didn't have a limit in the boat like I had hoped, that 5-pounder really settled me down and knew that I was doing the right thing to push on forward and keep pushing that better bite.
all right, what do you predict for this year, weight wise? I mean, what do you think the fish are going to be doing? What do you think the winning pattern is going to be?
Yeah, I mean, it could go so many different ways. And we've had a cool front come in, push the fish back, and I know they're calling for some weather this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They're calling for thunderstorms, some rain, not much wind from what I'm seeing. That could make a shad spawn bite either go away or be better, depending on how much lightning's in there and things like that. I've seen that affect the shad spawn around here before. Um, I would say that to win, you're going to have about 18.5 pounds. Get a check, I would say around 13ish,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around that range. But they should be biting. They should. You should be able to catch them doing whatever you want to do. It's just getting that better quality bite on that lake is sometimes a little tough. You can catch 2-pounders pretty easily most of the time this time of year, but getting that 3.5 to 4.5 pound range takes a little bit more grinding out.
A little more difficult. What about for a color angler fishing this event? Going into the tournament blind, boater not really tell them a whole lot. What's 3 key baits the color angler can take to Kerr Lake this weekend and really maximize his opportunity to get bites?
If I was a co-angler, definitely do not try to do what your boater's doing. You want to do something different. Someone like me, I'm gonna be power fishing more, bigger baits, looking for bigger fish. So I'm gonna leave plenty behind for the co-anglers. So I would say that definitely a shaky head. That's just a staple on the co-angler side. A top water bait with the herring spawn and everything like that going on. It's definitely going to be something they need to have, and a chatterbait. Um, if you have somebody that's covering a lot of water really quick, throw that chatterbait, cover a lot of water, and it's going to get bit this time of year.
Okay, I got you, buddy. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. You've given us a lot of great insight for the Kerr Lake tournament this weekend. Before we let you go, I know you got a lot of great people that support you in the great state of North Carolina. Some sponsors that have been helping you out in your tournament career. Anybody like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I just like to say thanks to all my friends and family, even my coworkers. They watch the weigh-ins and cheer me on. My wife shows up sometimes unannounced at weigh-ins 4 or 5 hours away. So that means a lot to me that I have people that back me. Titan Tungsten, I've been with them since the beginning. They've grown and grown. I mean, they're starting to get their products into Walmart stores now throughout the country. So it's been pretty cool to ride that with them since the beginning and see that company grow. Angler's Choice, I bought 3 or 4 boats through them. They've been great to work with. I'm not sponsored by them, but I consider them like family. And once you go and speak with them and purchase and have that experience with them, I'm sure you would think the same thing. They make you feel right at home. Not a lot of stress, even though sometimes getting a new boat's stressful. They take all that out of it and make you feel comfortable.
Well, good deal. So, well, Buddy, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. For all the listeners out there, we've been talking to Mr. Buddy Black, the third place finisher from last year's BFL North Carolina Division tournament on Kerr Lake. Good luck to all the anglers fishing the North Carolina Division tournaments this year and the upcoming tournaments throughout the rest of the season. Make sure before we let you go, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you've been watching the rotating banner below this video. Hit that link at the top of the description to enter into our giveaway. Again, that is for a $2,500 sweepstakes package. That lucky angler will be selected at the end of the year. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.